months ago, I decided to revisit an episode. I updated it and I reposted it. Here's what I learned from doing that. Before we get started, I want to talk about why this is kind of a risky play so you can understand why I approached it like I did. So basically, YouTube doesn't work like other social media. Take something like Facebook or Instagram. If you have a piece of winning content, like a meme or something funny, content managers know that something that's hit once is very likely to hit again. So every social media manager I know, myself included, who works in those other social media formats will have pieces of content that they repost on a schedule. If it's something that leads to a lot of sales and you have a lot of traffic, maybe you're posting it once a day. More likely it's probably once a week, once a month, once a quarter, something like that. And there's a lot of software that you can do. You can reschedule and auto repeat stuff. It's a good strategy. YouTube is very different. If you take and you repost the same video over and over again to YouTube, they do not like it. At the very least, YouTube tends to throttle impressions. It has a pretty good auto detection system and it can see that you're not posting new content. Usually they're pretty good about stuff like reusing a thumbnail. That is fine, but if you keep posting the same video over and over again, they will throttle your impressions so they won't show it as much, and you might actually get a warning for repetitive content. YouTube will basically say you're a spammer if you do that. So you have to be kind of careful about reposting old content on YouTube. At least wholesale, at least exactly how you had it before. That said, a lot of channels have maybe had an older piece that had some mistakes in it or updated information. They've gone back and done a re-edited version, done some minor tweaks and re-uploaded the new version, and that is fine. That is treated like a different use case. So I knew both of these facts, and I was thinking about it, and it occurred to me that I had an old episode that I'd love to do an update for. Now, the episode in question is one that I posted on my RV travel channel originally. I'll show you guys the thumbnail so you can see. It was an episode called How YouTube Changed My Life with Less Than 500 Subscribers. At the time I posted it on Our Moving Castle, I think I had 400 something subs. The thumbnail is me standing there laughing with the words, "It's worth it." The thumbnail is basically a stock image of White Sands National Park, which we actually visited while we were traveling, and then our RV kind of photoshopped over it. Yeah, general how YouTube changed my life with less than 500 subscribers. That was a very heartfelt episode. It's interesting to me because I posted that episode and literally a week later, our big viral breakout hit that ended up getting over 50,000 views, that came out and completely changed the channel, completely changed the trajectory. I had 4K watch hours within just a week or two of that video coming out. It took me longer to get the subscribers in OMC, but eventually I got that channel monetized. And that was really the tipping point where I really got some crazy traction on Our Moving Castle. So I watched it and it's really cute. It's a really good episode. I still stand by it. I made some big technical mistakes in the actual video. I shot it with kind of a weird fisheye mode in my GoPro, which is easy to do if you don't check the little screen. I should take a picture for you guys so you can see what the little screen looks like. If you want to see, there's like that little 1080 30L thing there. Like it would warn me there, but I wasn't in the habit of actually checking that back then. I was shooting outside, bugs were attacking me, but the performance is so good, it's so heartfelt. So it kind of occurred to me, how much fun would it be like a year later to go back and look at that moment where I was on the cusp of breaking out on that channel. I hadn't even started the page turner channel, this channel, which is even more fun and more meaningful to me, let alone monetize them both. Like that's crazy too. I ended up monetizing both channels. But how fun would it be to look back and add what has happened in my journey since then and do it on the Page Turner channel this time instead of the RV channel, because I do a lot of content creator work here and you guys understand more than anything. My audience here on Page Turner is mostly content creators, where in the RV channel it's not, so it's not as salient. So I was like, you know what I'll do? I will keep the original episode just how I shot it with all the mistakes and everything, and a lot of the charm, and I will shoot a new intro for the channel, kind of saying, hey, here's where I was, show it, And then I can film a talking head piece at the end where I talk about the various things I've learned and kind of contextualize it for you guys and add on to that. So that's what I did. I actually came out with this episode. I'll show you guys the thumbnail and title change so you can see, because I did slightly change the title. So here's the new thumbnail, and I changed it to how YouTube changed my life with under 1,000 subs. Just to kind of update it. It's the same topic, it's the same bones, but I wanted to see if I could improve it. At the very worst, I figured it would be a cool experiment to show you guys and I would have fun doing it. So let's look at what happened. Let's pull up the side-by-sides. Okay, so let's look at how it has done on our moving castle. And this is the entire life of the video, the entire time it's been out. So if you look, it's a pretty average episode on the channel. Looks like I got 299 views, one less than usual, it says. The watch time is 15.7, which is 4.3 less than usual, and I got 10 subscribers off the episode, which is not surprising. It's very charming, it's very endearing, it's very personal. Now, Page Turner got 327 views. So actually, not that many more views than Our Moving Castle, which had 299. But if you look at this, the watch hour was 23.8 watch hours. That is quite a bit more. That's like 50% more watch hours. That said, I only got 5 subscribers versus 10 for OMC. And I think that's because it mostly got shown to my warm subscriber base, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Now let's look at what happened as far as back of the envelope measures of video quality. We'll look at the click-through rate and the average view duration. So OMC, the original, only had a click-through rate of 1.5%, where the Page Turner version had a click-through rate of 2.9%. These are actually both quite low for my content, quite on the low end. But you'll note that the Page Turner channel had nearly twice the click-through rate, so it was nearly twice as clickable. In addition, the Our Moving Castle episode had an average view duration of 3 minutes and 8 seconds. The Page Turner channel had a much longer AVD of 421. So the watch time per view was 25% higher and people were clicking the thumbnail twice as often. Now this is interesting though. The Our Moving Castle original version got 10.6 thousand impressions. The Page Turner version only got 8,100. So despite the Page Turner channel being a much better episode, the Our Moving Castle thumbnail got shown a lot more. Now let's talk about the key insights that we can glean from this. The first is that almost every metric improved. The average view duration and the CTR improved, but YouTube gave it fewer impressions. So why would this happen? Well, there was a better hook, the updated insights had a stronger outro, and there was mature editing and pacing in the parts that were added. Here's key insight 2 though. More isn't always more, at least when you're talking about impressions. So here's the thing, it's a better video, the updated version, but YouTube didn't push the new version as much. And that could be for a number of reasons. It could be because of topic overlap, but even so, even without the push from YouTube, the updated version still got more views and a lot more watch time. It stinks when you don't get a lot of impressions because it's like YouTube isn't giving you a chance, but it's important to not confuse low impressions with poor performance because they aren't the same thing. And frankly, the episode's only been out a couple of months. It still might be in soft test mode. The algorithm has had a lot longer to test the OMC version, the original version, and I could find at any time that this newer episode, this updated version takes off. It's happened before with things that I thought were dead to the world. And the final insight is that an engaged audience is different than a bigger audience. So the original version got more subscribers on the episode, but the revamped version actually made way more money on ads, and it had much better engagement as far as AVD and all of that. Like, it was night and day. It has made a lot more money than the original. Viewer depth matters a lot. I'm gonna go into this in a later video, but AVD, CTR, views all neglect a very important stat called watch time per impression. And that's basically, if YouTube shows your thumbnail to people, what is the average amount of watch time they can expect to get. And that's a function of both CTR and AVD and session length. I'll show you some more about that in a future video, but I think that's what happened here. But I suppose most importantly, the video got some good viewing. It's part of the catalog. I like the video myself. It's not my most popular video in the entire world. It's a little middling for this channel, but I got some more life out of the video and I learned something important in that you can reuse your content if you are smart about it. Because frankly, I'll tell you guys, no, it's not my most impressive episode of all time, but that was a very easy episode to shoot. Just to do the intro and the quick outro and take the old one and edit together took me way less time than a fresh episode does. So I think that's worth something too, as far as not burning out and also having those fun moments where you can kind of look back and celebrate it. I actually really enjoyed doing the update. Reposting isn't lazy, it's strategic if it's done right, especially if your audience has grown or changed. And frankly, mine has, and you guys have helped me to grow and change as well, so thank you. It's been great talking to you as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.